Hey guys, it's postboxpat. Welcome back to the fourth and final map change video for the start of Season 8. I have finally came across as many map changes as I can, and if I do find any more, I will put them in a video, but I've been searching the entire map, every little detail, looking for everything, and in today's video, hopefully we will round up this little series that we've done at the start of Season 8. Obviously, I carry this on throughout Fortnite, so if you're new around here, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I'll keep you guys up to date with any map changes which happen in the Fortnite Battle Royale map, including tiny small ones. I'll always cover them as well for you guys in a short little video if something does happen. Also, if you're new around here, remember to go and use that support creator code postboxpat for a shout out in future videos, just like on screen right now. If you tweet me at postboxpat or go and message me in my support creator section in my Discord, you'll get a shout out in future videos. So if you guys want to do that, make sure you go and do that, because you will have a chance of gaining a shout out in future Fortnite Battle Royale map changes and storyline videos. Anyway, let's jump into this and show you guys some of the map changes which I've come across so far. So there's just a little one. I'm not 100% sure on this one, but I want to mention it because it's pretty honorable. These cars outside of here, I feel like they are pretty new. I know this was a car shop, so it looks like these three here could be new cars outside of Paradise there. Also on Paradise itself, you can see it's definitely got greener. This is just a little map change which I cover near enough every single map change kind of update to show you guys that it gets more greener in Paradise, but it's pretty clear that that has happened around Paradise in this section. So if you go over here, you can see that pirates have taken over 3 trucks outside of Paradise Palms. They've got 2 camper vans and 1 big lorry. You can see they've even put a sail on it. They've got a little chair and seat here. Inside the back of here, it looks like they're robbing kind of like little bits and bobs to help them. I don't know exactly why they'd be robbing maybe a fridge and 2 computers, but who knows what they're planning. So they got some interesting stuff there, which is nice to see. Also, they got a camper van with kind of like a trailer on the back, which is nice, with a chest on top. So you want to drop here, you can grab a chest. Then also over here, so there's a chance of a triple chest spawn on this little kind of voyage here, which I suspect that will move throughout Season 8. So be sure to cover that for you guys if it does move anywhere. An interesting map change there for you guys, which we have. Now, also, I mentioned it in the last video towards the end, if you didn't already see it, this shop over here has now chairs blocking the windows and doors. No idea why. I assume maybe pirates have been here and raided it, and maybe they put this up to block the pirates out. You can see here this one has boxes as well, kind of blocking this window. I don't know exactly what was going on, but maybe the pirates raided this place first and then moved along. Who knows? That police car, by the way, wasn't anything to do with that. It's been there since, just in case anyone wonders. I know that just came to my head randomly, not too sure why. Anyway, let's keep moving through and show you guys the first major map change, and it's over in Fatal Fields. We actually have a knife and fork type shape thing inside the Fatal Fields. I can't believe I missed this, because even on the Fortnite map when you look at Fatal Fields, but this kind of like lower section here has now got a knife and fork, which references maybe the fork knife truck or just fork knife challenges in general that potentially could come into the game. You know, fork knife trucks did have a battle star on top of it at one stage, and yes, a chest does spawn down here and you can kind of link up these two. So I guess it's kind of like a mine type thing. I think it's pretty cool, but nothing major. But it is a big map change to Fatal Fields because it has kind of extended it. Fatal Fields really has developed over the next like kind of 4 or 5 seasons really, and it probably will continue to develop as well. So the past seasons it really has increased. Obviously this section over here, I didn't mention this, but the ice cream truck has been knocked over, and so is this car here. Also the container has been removed from this section when the pirates took it over. So we keep moving through. One thing to mention as well, which you guys haven't really picked up on in a while, but something that I want to pick up on, is this got crushed by the cube but never fully got rebuilt. Maybe this will actually turn into a point of interest one day when Fatal Fields gets destroyed, or maybe even just a bigger building, but it's a shame just to see it left like that. The cube kind of destroyed it and they never really developed it. Interesting thing right there. Another thing that I missed in yesterday's video as well was also these 2 kind of buildings inside of inside of Salty and Pleasant Park. They actually have 2 buildings which have finally been constructed, and that's this building right here. The building has finally been complete. You can actually go inside of it, and it's no kind of like building like blocks or whatever you want to call them, the construction type things in the way. No breakage in it either. So it's nice to see that this building has finally been complete. You can go into the underground as well, and it has kind of like furniture now. It has like an underground basement type section, a washing area, and it's really nice to see that they finally constructed this house 100%. So if you guys want to land here, you can. For some reason, every single Fortnite house, or the majority of them, there's always some sort of weird like sleeping bag in the attic. I don't know who that is, but it's pretty weird. And then also in these ones over here, we have some more storage in the attic. So that house got complete. We'll go over and show the other one later on. Let's keep moving over this direction. This house also got complete. I showed that in yesterday's video in more detail, and we will head on over to Retail Row, where there is another major map change for you guys. We actually have one of the houses in retail which kind of finished being constructed as well. I think was it in retail? I think it may have been in Pleasant. I'm not too sure if this house was under construction or not. I'm pretty sure it's the same. It must be in Pleasant. Sorry, I got a bit mixed up there. It's this at DURRR, which is changed at Retail Row. You'll notice at Retail Row, it's actually been extended from 5 to 7, which is really interesting. I feel like the tiles on it were originally 3, and I think it was originally 4 at DURRR, and then it got extended to 5, and then it got extended to 7. So now we have 7 tiles. We have 6, 7, 8, 9 tiles. Sorry, not even 7. I miscounted there. Then obviously over here we have 6 tiles on the Tomato Temple one here, or Tomato Town. So nice to see that DURRR's had an extension a little bit. It's pretty interesting when you actually go inside as well. Seeing the store get bigger and bigger throughout time. Maybe it'll even do a double layer as well and get taller, which would be really nice to see, and even develop some sort of basement. So I'm pretty excited for that. I reckon the DURRR store could definitely expand to something in the future and hopefully go somewhere else on the map. That's what I'm hoping for. So let me know in the comment section down below what you think will happen to DURRR in the future. If you also consider around the side of DURRR, we do have these kind of, I don't know, like signs saying dirt, and this definitely looks like it's been extended out by 1. It's just from what I can remember, because obviously the area where they're seated outside seems to have kind of like narrowed down, and also the DURRR truck has now officially gone. We still have the Tomato Town one over here, but the DURRR one has vanished basically. Not too sure where he's gone, but hopefully he'll come back in the future because I miss him. They've got this little plant here, which is nice, and then obviously around the side I think the restaurant design's okay, but it needs more structure to it and more of a design. I can't wait for the sign hopefully to appear on top as well. It kind of just doesn't look right without that huge burger on top of it, but I guess the store is still in development. The more profit it makes from this store, obviously the more it can build and the more it can invest in different structures. I feel like it was a little bit of wasted space adding these toilets on the back. Like the Portaloos were doing fine, to be honest, but you know, I guess they decided they wanted to make some better toilets, but there's only 2, which is kind of annoying, and it's got a wasted space here with no chairs. So I guess the store hasn't really expanded too much, but it just looks bigger in general. But I missed the van, so you know, customer service will definitely be a lot slower inside of there. It just reminds me of the old days, you know, when you used to build stuff in like Halo and Minecraft and stuff, when you have like little tables outside and different structures and different builds. It's just kind of cool, and that's why I like looking at stuff like this. Anyway, moving on from here over to the Volcano side of stuff, there's a few things I missed over there as well for you guys, which I want to show you, which are pretty interesting. If we head on inside the Volcano, I actually have this kind of little pool here. Someone said to me that this little pool here looks like the butterfly. Now I'm not 100% sure if that kind of resembles anything. I can see where they're coming from, but someone has been telling me that that little bit there looks like the butterfly event, so not 100% sure on that one. But also, if you take a look at this screenshot on screen right now, someone sent me this. Don't have a clue what it is, don't have a clue where they found it, but it's interesting. It was on my Discord, people were posting it around. It's basically kind of the cube being spotted inside the volcano. Maybe, maybe not, don't know what it was, but interesting to see this kind of screenshot going around. Just thought I'd mention it in the video. Honorable mention to this person here. Either they photoshopped it, which it didn't look like at all, or it was just a render glitch, or maybe it does have something to do with the Fortnite storyline. We'll have to see where that's going to take us. As we continue to move around the map, there was another thing I missed in this. Okay, I was searching in the complete wrong section. I thought it was more over that side, on the other side of Sunny Steps over there, but obviously it's not. It's on this side of Sunny Steps, and there's an X marks the spot just down here. You can see it right here. Now, I guess this may be where the trailer was held, and we could also potentially see the X marks the spot map coming into the game, where you get a map and you can find the treasure, which has maybe a gold loot in, and I guess this would be maybe one of the spawns for it. So, pretty cool thing to see there. Also, we have kind of like a temple thing over here, which again would make a perfect spot for the spawn of it. So these are the sort of locations where we can suspect this chest to be introduced. If you don't already know, the chest that I'm going on about, we'll jump to it really quickly for you guys, is actually located inside of the block. But before we get over there, I just want to mention one quick map change, and it's these birds. They now have these birds over the entire map. They seem to render in a little bit weird, so look at this one here. It's kind of a little bit jolty, but these are actually everywhere, and I keep thinking they're people. I keep looking up and going, is that someone flying over me? Oh no, it's just one of them birds again. So these birds have been introduced all over the new environment, and they're pretty confusing and annoying because I keep thinking the people, like I just said, but it's cool to see them adding in something which is kind of like an animated thing in game, which doesn't actually affect anything, but gives the environment environment more of kind of like a realistic feel, and I do really like that, especially with the beach section with all these kind of like palm trees and stuff. It's really nice, and it just suits it with the seagull type birds. Now moving over to the block, just to quickly show you what I was on about with that chest. I personally thought with the fork knife as well it would have changed for the umbrella, but obviously not. Maybe the umbrella will be introduced for a new challenge. We head inside the block. The chest should be located just on this floor here, and there it is. So the golden chest is here inside the block. I've made a separate video on how to get to that very quickly and how to gain max mats from the block as well. But yeah, if you open that, you'll be guaranteed a legendary chest. So if we keep moving through as well, the final map change which I've got for you, which I have noticed. Now I don't know if this is 100%, but I believe that the house at Pleasant Park that the tree fell on has been fully constructed. I thought it was at retail, but I got a bit confused. It's not. The house here at Pleasant Park with the tree that was laid on it had been completely removed and now being fixed, so it's really nice. I do really like it. And again, in the attic there's another sleeping bag, weirdly enough. So yeah, these are pretty cool, and the house is very similar to the one in Salty Springs now, with the stairs that go down to the bottom of it. Apart from it has more of kind of like a chilled area down here, I guess. Same sort of thing again. It just looks exactly the same, really. It's basically a copy and paste of the one in Salty, so I guess it's very similar, really, apart from I guess the upstairs might be slightly different with the kitchen. I'm not 100% sure on it, but it's basically the same house copied and pasted into Pleasant Park. Wow, I'm getting my locations mixed up. And I believe this truck has been here for a while. I don't know if that's new, actually. I thought there was a truck in between these houses, or a little bit further forwards. It may have been pushed back slightly, which is nice to see. That little small map change there, which all these little things, they do all add up very quickly. Another thing as well to mention is this is slowly getting destroyed over the seasons. You know, this got added in back in season 6, was it? Season 7 it got destroyed a little bit, and now in season 8 it looks like it's been destroyed even more. Again, the back towers used to be on this a lot bigger, or it may have been season 5 it got added in. I think it was season 6, and the towers just look completely wrecked now. So obviously this is getting destroyed over time. In season 8 it definitely has been destroyed a little bit more. Nothing major though, so that's why I didn't make a separate huge big point about that one, as I put it at the end. And again, another little point for you guys as well is some of the zip lines have been removed from this section. I'll be talking more about that in a story video, but the outpost which was located here seems to have been moved. There is no outpost here now. There are no zip lines leading up to this mountain. There are no zip lines leading up to this mountain either. So zip lines seems to be a thing which have been cut all over the map. There's a few different locations that's happened as well. Zip lines are still in the game, but just in less locations. An interesting concept, by the way, with that one. I just don't understand why they would have cut the zip lines from there, because obviously if someone lands at this island, how are they going to get down and up easily? Whereas in the past, you could easily just take a zip line. I think there was a zip line going across to this mountain, and I think there was a zip line going down as well. So them two zip lines have been 100% removed. But I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If you're new around here, consider sticking around. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and keep up to date with the latest Fortnite map changes, storyline content, and any difficult challenges that I find extremely difficult, I will cover straight on my channel for you guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and once again, this is postboxpat signing out.